Nspire Network, a leading company in the direct selling industry, is on a mission to offer consumers the finest, highest quality products that will positively impact the lives of men and women around the world. With this goal in mind, Nspire began to look at the world's growing health concerns. From poor prostate health and low testosterone production to decreased sexual energy and memory loss, Nspire listened to consumers and initiated a search for possible solutions. Did you know that more than half of all Americans take one or more dietary supplements daily or on occasion? The global dietary supplements market is expected to reach $278 billion by 2024, according to a new report by Grandview Research Incorporated. According to the Nutrition Business Journal, the nutritional supplement market in the United States alone is more than $37 billion. Recently, Spencer Iverson, a founder and CEO of Nspire Network, sat down with Dr. Richard and Steve Minot. These doctors, when combined with their father, who is also a physician, have more than 100 years of experience as practicing urologists. The Minots have formulated a series of amazing supplements which are distributed exclusively by Nspire.
Well, here at Nspire Network, we pride ourselves in really aligning ourselves with the best, and we have two of the best in the country with us who've partnered with Nspire Network, and we're really excited about the partnership that we've developed with Dr. Richard Minot and Dr. Steve Minot, and you all have really created an incredible line of products that we're thrilled to have as a part of the Nspire Network family of products. And help us understand, what is the practice of urology?
The urologic conditions consist of, in a man, the kidneys, the ureter, bladder, prostate, penis. So you got kidney stones, kidney cancer, prostate cancer, ureteral cancer, bladder cancer. It's a cancer subspecialty, but also kidney stones and impotence in men, testicular problems. And in women, it's about the same, except we have the kidney, ureter, bladder, and urethra, and that's about it. We don't do the gynecologic part.
Yeah, so it's the male and female urinary tract, and it's the male genital tract. So we're like male gynecologists.
I love it, I love it. So let's talk about how big that issue is. Why should urological issues be important to men and women as they progress in life?
Oh, wow, if you're a man, at some point in your life, you're gonna have trouble with your prostate, okay? Whether it's BPH, which is benign enlargement of the prostate, prostatitis, inflammation of the prostate, or prostate cancer. So when it comes to BPH, 50% of the guys by the time they hit 50 years of age have BPH, enlarged prostate. 60% by 60, 70% by 70. So if you live long enough, you're gonna have a prostate problem, okay? Yeah, the females,
they get testicular problems with decreased testosterone, and they end up with impotence. So there's a lot of things with the men that we treat.
And there are some risk factors that even go along racial lines, cultural lines. Let's talk about some of those heightened risk factors, even as it goes along some of the cultural or racial lines.
In the African American community, males are twice as likely to have prostate cancer as the white male, okay? And then they develop more aggressive tumors, and the death rate is higher.
Wow.
For an African American, it's like 1 in 5 can develop prostate cancer just by itself. But if they have one family member that has prostate cancer, it jumps to like 83% chance. If they have 2 family members, it jumps all the way to about 97% chance of having cancer themselves. So awareness is the big factor, and getting checked, prostate exam, and the PSA, the prostate specific antigen, that's our tumor marker for prostate cancer.
Okay.
So we're big on raising awareness for the black community on that, because it's very risky.
Yeah, and a lot of men don't want to come in and get checked.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
They're afraid of a rectal exam. The blood test they don't mind, but they don't like a rectal exam, which is essential to pick up prostate cancer, because sometimes if you have an aggressive prostate cancer, you can have a normal PSA, but then you could have an abnormal prostate gland palpation and need a prostate biopsy.
Wow. Yeah. One of the questions that we often get, as consumers, as it relates to supplements, is Are these approved by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration? Let's talk a little bit about our supplements, or do supplements require FDA approval?
Supplements do not need FDA approval. Now, we do make sure that our supplements are made in an FDA-approved facility and it has good manufacturing practices. So our products are quality products, and oftentimes supplements work just as well as prescription drugs. The only people that try to tell you that the supplements don't work are the pharmaceutical companies. I mean, they lose a lot of money when people find out that a lot of the supplements work. We didn't believe in them, just like most doctors don't.
Okay.
But when the patients told us that they're getting better, we believed our patients. So then we started doing our own research, and we found out that there's plenty of studies behind the supplements. You just need to take them a little bit longer.
Okay.
Most of the prescription drugs work quicker. So supplements, you really need to get in your system for 2 to 3 months before you're really going to get results.
So at Nspire Network, we offer our products in 60-day dosages, and it's due in large part to you all's recommendation. It takes a little while for supplements to get into the system. So let's talk a little bit about that, and let's explain to individuals why that is and why you may need upwards of maybe 2 or 3 months before seeing results.
If you give them 30 days and they don't see results, they're quitting.
Right.
You know, so we provide them a 60-day dosage, and then that way it gives them an incentive to, they've bought the medication, they need that time for it to work.
Mm-hmm.
Several of the prescription medications that we use require 3 to 6 months to get in the system, whereas if you take our supplements, they're not going to necessarily work in the first month. We like to say it took about 50 to 60 years to build your prostate gland size, so you're not going to fix it very quickly at all. So we have to get our patients to understand that it's going to take a couple of months to start getting an effect.
Okay, great. So let's talk specifically about one of the products that you formulated for Nspire Network, Max Life Prostate Care Plus, a really exciting product for our men. So let's talk about the formulation of that.
So when we started researching products, this is one of the first products. It's one of our biggest medical cases in urology is BPH. So people were complaining of frequency, decreased size and force of stream, intermittent stream, feeling like they weren't emptying properly. Once they got on a supplement, they seemed to do better. So we researched the supplements, and we found out that a lot of supplements are out there that they have the right ingredients, but they don't really have the right dosage. And so the people were really getting cheated by a lot of these products. So we decided to make our products with the best ingredients and at the right dosage that works. So that's how we first started out with Max Life.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the specific ingredients.
Yeah, so it has beta-cytosterol in it, and then it has saw palmetto. These two are probably the most studied supplements for prostate health. And it's also got lycopene and quercetin in it. Now, lycopene has been shown in several studies to help prevent prostate cancer, but we don't, and that's in cooked tomatoes. So, you know, we recommend that to the patients. It's not, we do not claim to prevent prostate cancer, but let's put it in there since it does have that result. And quercetin is an anti-inflammatory. Inflammation is involved in a lot of different issues. Cardiovascular disease, inflammation is involved in that. It's involved in cancers, it's involved in prostate issues for sure. So quercetin is an anti-inflammatory.
Wow.
Yeah, the saw palmetto and beta-cytosterol help shrink the prostate. So, but you got to give it time. So they definitely work, and it's a great product.
Now, I am a product of that product as well. I've been on that product now for 2.5 months now, and I'm having great results. As a matter of fact, we were looking at a study of one of the most popular prostate products commercially that's out there. And as they compared the studies between that very popular product that sold tens of millions of bottles and your product that, well, I'll let you tell it.
We had our supplement tested independently compared to them, had them analyzed, and we had 140% more of the active ingredient in our product than they did.
Wow.
140% more beta-cytosterol.
Wow.
And their claim is so much beta-cytosterol. If you actually look at the back of their bottle, they don't even mention beta-cytosterol, they mention plant sterols.
Oh, wow.
So it's a little misleading. And yeah, we have a whole lot more of the main ingredient that really works.
Okay, guys, let's talk about the fun stuff. Let's talk about men's and women's sexual health. Okay, and obviously, as you age, things don't how can I put this? Don't begin to work the way they maybe once did. And maybe some of the emotions and feelings aren't what they were, and we as men especially try to reconcile and try to figure out why is this not working. Not me. I'm just saying things that I've heard. And so let's talk a little bit about, in your experience, men's and women's sexual health, and then we'll get into some of the products.
Well, you know, impotence is a legitimate condition. We see it all the time. Men have a hard time coming in and talking to us about that a lot of times. It's amazing. Rick and I both, I guarantee you, he's had the same situation where a patient comes in and they may be coming in there about a kidney stone, but then they start asking roundabout questions and they're just beating around the bush. And I got to where I knew what they were going to, and I would just say, well, listen, are you having trouble with your erections? Just get it out in the open, because it's difficult for them to talk about sometimes. Yeah. And I think women, it's even worse for them. And so that's one of those things that...
but we got so many patients that are prone to having the problem. I mean, when you look at obesity, heart disease, diabetes, all these people have risk factors. And I mean, we have tons of people with problems. And when they finally start talking about it, then they realize that there's options for them to be able to get a good erection and have sexual satisfaction.
So we're really excited to offer Taboo for Men, which is the male sexual enhancement formulation that you came up with. And so talk a little bit about what it is, what it does, and why we at Nspire should really be excited about it.
We are especially excited about Taboo for Him, as it has L-citrulline, which has been proven in the Journal of Urology, the journal that we routinely read, to work for men.
The prescription drugs for that are, you know, Viagra, Levitra, Cialis. And what they do is prevent the breakdown of nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is what causes the blood vessels to dilate and get more blood flow in there for erection, okay? So we started researching what can we do to increase nitric oxide. And we found a product called L-citrulline that is converted to nitric oxide, okay? So you take the L-citrulline, it's transported through the gut and through the liver into the bloodstream, goes to the kidney, and it's converted to another compound called L-arginine. And then that is converted into nitric oxide. So instead of preventing the breakdown, we're building up nitric oxide. Okay. So we're really doing the same thing. Now, some companies put out L-arginine, but if you take L-arginine, most of it is degraded in the liver and the colon, and it's gone. A little bit gets through to the bloodstream and then gets converted to the nitric oxide. But because our product goes all the way through the gut and through the liver, gets to the kidney, you get a lot more nitric oxide.
Wow. So to clarify for our consumers, this is not a one-shot wonder pill. This is something that you don't take right before the moment.
Nope.
And then, ta-da! No, this is, you need to.
This is a daily dose.
Daily dose. Daily dose. Excellent. Excellent. So now let's talk about women's sexual health and a formulation that we have and that we're going to be offering thanks to your group called Sweetest for women. Sometimes I think as men, we don't think that women have sexual health or sexual energy needs and whatnot. So it was enlightening to me and exciting for us, very, very exciting for our company to know that you have a women's sexual health pill as well. So let's talk about that, Sweetest.
We talk a lot about men's problems with sexual dysfunction, but women have the same problem, and oftentimes they don't discuss it with their surgeon. So we've decided to approach this with Sweetest for her. It has similar ingredients that the Taboo for Men has, and that the L-citrulline will cause increased blood flow for increased clitoral stimulation. We also put in L-theanine, which is naturally going to decrease their stress level for a better sexual experience.
Wow. And so from a branding perspective, one of the things that we're encouraging our consumers to do is enjoy these products as a couple. Enjoy these products as a couple. So when you do that, we have Sweetest for women and we have Taboo for men, but when you buy them together, only then will you have the Sweetest Taboo, right? So that is what we've got. Good. All right, so there's another big issue for men as we age, and that's the decrease in the amount of testosterone that's produced. Let's talk real quickly for that athletic guy out there, that guy who wants to maintain an active lifestyle, what the loss of testosterone means to the average male as we age.
We're excited about testosterone booster. Low T is a major problem in the United States now. We're finding it in younger and younger men. The men that come into the office and have a testosterone check, it amazes me how many are low. This will decrease their energy level, their muscle mass, their ability to create erections, their sexual drive. And so when we created Nspire Testosterone, we did this very simply by using the precursor to testosterone. DHEA is converted into testosterone, and this will increase the levels and naturally increase the man's testosterone.
Lowers the bad cholesterol, it raises the good cholesterol. It's really a cardiac protectant. There was only one study that came out about 3 years ago that tried to say that there was an increased risk of heart disease with testosterone. All the other studies say that testosterone is good for the heart.
Wow.
So the other thing it does is it protects the bones, okay, from getting osteoporosis. So you hear of women losing their hormones and their bones get weak, which is osteoporosis. Same thing happens with a man. If his testosterone level gets low and it stays low for a persistent period of time, he's got weak bones. And then as they age, they could have a fall and have a fracture. Whereas if they got really strong bones, you have a fall, you get a bruise.
I'm a personal consumer of the Nspire Testosterone Booster that you all have formulated and made available for us here in the Nspire Network. And so between the Nspire Testosterone Booster and the Max Life Prostate Care Plus, I can't even touch the blue pill. I think I'm pretty potent right now. So, but I've had great results with those products.
And another thing, some people think by supplementing testosterone that it's going to cause someone to have a testosterone rage. I've had wives that try to insinuate that might happen, but all we're doing is taking a precursor, DHEA, a precursor to testosterone, naturally slowly boosting the testosterone level, not trying to get a patient out of the normal range. We're just trying to get them up in the normal range. So it's not going to be causing that, and like Rick said, it's a cardiac benefit actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, DHEA is actually made in the adrenal gland, so it's a natural substance that they're going to be taking. They're just getting a little boost to convert that into testosterone.
And like all of the other formulations, again, this is not a one and done. This is something that you need to make a part of your daily regimen to get into your system. Awesome, awesome. Now we get to another product that we're excited to add to the Nspire Network product line that I think really broadens the spectrum, and that is what we call our Total Recall Memory Booster. My son just started Georgetown, and now seeing him study and spending long hours really hitting the books at such a challenging university, this is something that can benefit everyone, I guess, from the college age on up. So let's talk a little bit about the formulation of Total Recall Memory Booster.
With age, people get memory loss. And this can be as simple as you forget where you laid your glasses or your keys, to as major as you don't know what glasses or keys are for. So it can be just some minimal cognitive impairment, but it can go all the way up to full dementia or even Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, there's actually there's a memory center in the brain. It's called the hippocampus. And as you age, that does shrink. Other things that we've talked about, like obesity and sleep apnea, diabetes, any kind of decreased blood flow helps that hippocampus shrink. So what you want to do is do things that make that grow, which a lot of our products, if you have a heart healthy lifestyle, you may not need the product. But most of us don't have that heart healthy lifestyle. So,
so exercise, mental training, you can build the hippocampus.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the first ingredient we have is Bacopa ammoniaria. And that product helps with nerve cell repair, transmission of signals. It actually works as an antioxidant for the brain cells.
Wow.
Okay. Now that's the one that's probably most important in the younger people who are wanting to take that to have better focus, better learning ability, better retention, information processing.
Wow.
So they did a 12-week study, and all those areas were improved in younger people.
Wow.
So your son may start getting on this product
All the
to help
he
him
can
with
get would be fantastic.
They get better focus, better retention. Now, test taking ability could be affected.
Okay.
It was a 12-week study, and they made the emphasis that there were no results before 12 weeks.
Wow.
So you have to stay on this product for a while for it to work.
Wow.
But it does work. And then the other ingredients include huperzine, which is actually used in China as a first-line drug for Alzheimer's.
Wow.
Okay, and what it does is it raises the acetylcholine in the brain. The acetylcholine is the major neurotransmitter for the brain cells. Okay, wow. And actually that's the way a lot of the Alzheimer's disease prescription drugs work. So they recommend that this huperzine is so potent, they recommend don't take it with other Alzheimer's medicines.
Wow.
It's perfect to start before they get to those medicines, and it definitely helps by increasing that acetylcholine as the neurotransmitter. And it comes from the club moss, and there's actually a plant in the club moss family called the resurrection plant.
Wow.
And the thing can look dead, look that way for months and months and months. You put a little bit of water on it, it comes to life.
Okay.
And that's what this product does for the brain. It wakes up the brain.
Wow, I could probably use that every day.
We can all use it.
Every day. And so for me, it's been very natural for me to recommend this to my circle of friends. We're in the home of a former professional athlete, and we all are big into health and wellness and cycling and working out and spending time with the family. And so health is a big part of our lifestyle. And so this is real easy to share conversationally with people around us. And ultimately, that's what we want. With Nspire Network, we want to have products that you don't have to sell people on. You simply just share with individuals, and this is something that they should be doing anyway.
Well, we're proud to be with you and working with you.
Awesome, awesome.
Dr. Richard and Steve Minot have taken great care in producing this exceptional line of dietary supplements. The manufacturing plants producing these supplements are FDA registered and compliant, GMP certified, NSF certified, and QAI Organic certified. The manufacturing process is done in a state-of-the-art facility with the most advanced manufacturing equipment. The facility has an in-house quality assurance lab that ensures results beyond the FDA regulations. After the completion of the manufacturing process, the Minots test the product batches in 2 of their own independent labs to ensure absolute quality and quantity is in every capsule, so you know you are getting the best product with exactly the right amount of ingredient that you need.